LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan, and it's a pleasure to be here talking to you, viewers, Londoners, people from Southwestern Ontario, everybody in our viewing area, about the things that you're talking about here in London and Southwestern Ontario, and the people that you're talking about here in London and Southwestern Ontario. Today, I have the absolute pleasure and honor to introduce not just my boss, technically my boss, because I've just started working at this awesome new gym that we're going to be telling you about, but also somebody that everybody in our viewing area and all over the world will know the name of. It's Damian Warner, gold medalist in decathlon in the most recent Olympics. Born and raised in London. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me on.
So it's just a pleasure, as somebody who's a big Olympics fan, as somebody who, obviously loves sports and fitness, running is, a huge passion for me. This is just so, I hope I don't get too, fantastic about the whole interview, but it's an absolute honor to be speaking with you today and also be a member of this new organization that you've started. But I do want to talk to you before we get into the new gym about, a little bit about your history for those people who don't know the whole Damian Warner story. So born and raised in London.
Yep.
Grew up here. Talk about some of the schools you went to and some of the people that have kind of been influencing you over the years to get you from a kid growing up in London to where you ended up on the world stage.
It's a long story. So I was born here in London at St. Joseph's Hospital and went to various schools around the neighborhood. We moved around quite a bit. And then we actually moved to Strathroy for probably 4 or 5 years. So I went to Colburn and Southdale while I was there. Then I came back and I went to Ashley Oaks. And then I went to Sir John and Macdonald, and that was kind of the last public school that I went to. And from there, I went on to Montcalm Secondary School. And I would say that for me, my interest in sports and where it kind of peaked for me was at Sir John and Macdonald. I had a teacher named Miss Eisner, and she had us do this school project about where we thought we would be 10 years into the future. And it was cool for me because right around that time, the Olympics were on. And me and my mom were huge Olympics fans, and it was the Winter Olympics, and we were watching Katrina Lemaydon. And she was skating, and I just remember jumping up and down on my couch and when she won her gold medal, and I turned to my mom and I said, when I'm older, I want to go to the Olympics. And she told me that you can do anything you set your mind to. And throughout my life, that's probably the most important advice that I've ever received. It's advice that I kind of reflect on daily. All my goals that I set are based off this premise that you can do anything you set your mind to, and I've tried to set some really, really high goals. So it kind of started there. And from there, I went to Montcalm Secondary School, where I was introduced to track and field, and I've been very fortunate to have other people who also believe that message and also believed in me, and Gar Lation, Dennis Nielsen, Vicky Crawley, Dave Collins, those are my coaches that I work with today, and I still work with my high school coaches. They're my high school English teachers, my basketball coaches, and my track and field coaches, and they've coached me at 3 Olympics now. So I feel very fortunate to have a mom that kind of instilled that message in me, but very fortunate to have people in my life, teachers, friends, coaches, family that have stuck by my side from day one.
It's a huge commitment, though, because decathlon is, so many different sports all in one. So it started, I guess, with track with you. Was it running was your first passion, or how did it go from, how did it explode into this 10-sport kind of passion that you ended up, winning the gold medal for it?
Yeah, no, actually it started out as basketball.
Okay.
I was a huge basketball fan, a huge Toronto Raptors fan, and I was obsessed with Vince Carter. He was my idol when I was a kid, and you go into my room and I have Vince Carter posters and his shoes, and everything was Vince Carter, and I'd ball up socks and try to mimic all his dunks and copy that. So he's somebody that got me really excited about sports. So naturally I played basketball when I got to high school. That's where I met my basketball coaches, and we had this kid named Max Zubanovsky that was coming to the school, and he did track and field, and we didn't have a track and field team at Montcalm at the time, and my coaches started this track and field team, and because there was only one guy, they're like, if we're investing all this time, we need more people to come out, so they kind of forced all of the basketball players to come out. So we had guys that were like 6'8", running like 400 meters and stuff like that, so it was pretty funny at the time, but I'm one of the guys that stuck around. didn't really like track and field at first, just because I was used to like the team atmosphere.
Yeah.
And going to track and field is very much individual, and all the kind of onus is on you, and you can't blame anybody if anything goes wrong. So I didn't really like it, but I think when you start to get good at something, you naturally fall in love with it a little bit more. So I got introduced to the long jump, the triple jump, the high jump. I was a good jumper because of basketball. Later in my high school career, I got introduced to the sprinting. And then when it was all said and done, when I graduated high school, I was introduced to the decathlon. And I'm very thankful for that, because it's turned out to be the best thing in my life.
Absolutely. So are you still playing basketball?
We try to play other sports. So I do the decathlon, but we're always playing badminton and pickleball, things like that, and we play basketball quite often. It's still a passion of mine. I still watch the NBA. It's something that I care about a lot.
Fantastic. So in terms of where you're going from here with your athletics, are you still actively training? Like, are there still things on the, like, goals that you still want to achieve?
Absolutely. I just left my practice today and then went to weight, so we're very much actively training. We have a World Championships this summer in Budapest, Hungary. It's a place that I've never been to, so I'm excited for that. But last year, I went to the World Championships, and I was leading going into the final event of the first day, and pulled my hamstring. So the elusive gold medal that I've been trying to win at the World Championships escaped me once again, but we're doing whatever we can right now to prepare and to get ready to have another shot at it this summer. So
tough injury to recover from?
It's a tough injury to recover from, but I think the biggest thing was mental, like the mental side of things. You prepare and you invest so much time and energy that I went into this competition and I wanted something so bad. It was the first time post-pandemic that family and friends and coaches were all able to come. So I really wanted to go out there and perform, and I felt like I was in shape to perform. As I was saying, I was winning going into the final event, and my position was shaping up to be pretty good. But it turns out I pulled my hamstring, and I think that's the beauty of sports. At the end of the day, it's unpredictable, and that's why I love the sport. If the favorite won every single time, it wouldn't be that exciting. So yeah, that's how things go. I try to learn from it the best as I can, and go into the next year and try to be better than I was the previous.
So exciting to be able to travel the world. Can you talk about any of the things that have been amazing on this journey in terms of the places you've been able to go, maybe some of the people you've been able to meet?
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts about the decathlon. Before I started doing track and field, I didn't really travel that often, and now I've been to Australia and China and Jamaica and all these amazing places. But in 2018, I had the opportunity to go to Australia. And me and my girlfriend stayed there for 2 weeks after, and we just got the tour around, and swam in the Great Barrier Reef and went ziplining through the rainforest. So we try to make it so that after my competition's over, we really take time to go out and see some of the important sites in wherever country that we're visiting. I think it's something that's been really special to me. I've got to walk the Great Wall of China and things like that, stuff that I never ever thought that I would be able to do in my lifetime, and it's one of the perks of being an Olympic athlete. And so,
one of the perks of, but just getting started is the first step. So for young people, who are maybe have a background like yours, grew up in London, have lived in this area for their whole lives, going to some of the same schools that you attended, maybe like a word of advice, or how, like that commitment of that believing in yourself that your mother instilled in you about, like, you can do anything. Other words that you would say?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I would echo those same words that my mom told me, that you can do anything you set your mind to. I really, really think that there's truth behind it. I think that it doesn't have to be an Olympic athlete. It could be a doctor, a firefighter, a police officer, a teacher. If there's something that you really want and you're willing to work hard for it, I think that there's a path to achieve that. All you have to do is kind of put your mind to it, but then also surround yourself by people that can make it a possibility. I don't think anything of importance in your life will come on your own. I really do believe it takes a team to achieve something. I've been very fortunate, as I mentioned, that I've had people in my life that have supported me from day one, and I think that's required for anybody that's trying to achieve success. So that's what I would say ultimately, but be patient is the second thing. Everybody has these grand goals and they think it's going to be a linear path, and you might have some success, and just over time you might pull your hamstring, you know, but that doesn't mean that the goals are over. You just have to keep working hard at it and keep picking yourself up. And I think that if you continue to do that over a long period of time, you'll get to where you're trying to go.
Fantastic advice. We're going to have to take a little bit of a break, but I want to hear more about, you know, one of the, I guess, the organizations that we're both a part of that can help people get to those goals, right? Fitness, big passion for mine, obviously a big passion for Damian, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers. So please stay tuned. We're going to have more with Damian after this break.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Welcome to Treat Yourself on Rogers TV, where Terry and I go out to local salons and spas and have services done on us so that we can tell you all about them.
So that you can treat yourself.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship. But as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, LdnOnt, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan, and we've been having an awesome conversation with, I don't know, I guess one of my heroes, and I'm sure one of yours as well, Damian Warner, who not only is a world-class athlete, and that I'm sure a lot of people have followed his story, but now also a gym owner here in London. So Damian Warner Fitness Center started, I think, just opened up in January 2023.
Yes.
So what is it about the gym game that made you decide to jump into this business venture?
Well, actually, it was about a month after the former gym closed. I was approached by Vito Fergia. He's been a huge supporter of us over the years. He's one of those guys that's part of Team Warner and has kind of supported me over the years. And he was saying that the former gym closed, but he wanted to reopen it under a new name. And that's when he suggested the Damian Warner Fitness Center. And I think when he suggested it, I was kind of just like breathless. I didn't really know how to respond because that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Anytime that your name's on something that thousands of people are going to go to, that's it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we said yes. Obviously, that it's open now, and yeah, it's one of those things that's been a really cool thing. I've been able to go to the gyms quite often. I live 3 minutes away from the north location, so I've been there quite a bit. And yeah, I'm just really happy to kind of be in that new avenue and ultimately have another project that I can work on. Fitness has been something that's been a part of my life my whole life, and it's awesome that can continue in a different avenue as well.
Yeah. So in terms of your training, do you train at your own gym?
Every Saturday. Every Saturday we're at the gym, and me, my coach, I've had my 2-year-old son, well, he's turning 2 in a couple days now, but he comes to the gym and he does some workouts, and my partner's there, and yeah, we have a whole group of people in there, and it's really cool because people come up and they watch the Olympics and they want to take pictures, things like that. But it's just an awesome atmosphere. I really love the changes that have been done to the gym, and it's a really cool place to work out.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun place to work. So I just started working there a couple of weeks ago, and what I love about it, because I'm teaching classes that are very early in the morning,
Yep.
and it's not packed by any means, because I'm talking like really early in the morning. But what I've noticed about the gym is that everybody is there. So there are people of all ages,
Yep.
all walks of life. And it's a nice community of people who are encouraging each other to, whatever their goals are. It's just really a nice, friendly atmosphere. And this is we're talking like 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
So if people are friendly at that time of day, I can only imagine how things are going at other times of day. For people who are maybe, it is still pretty early in the year, just making that first leap or putting their toe into getting in shape after a while, maybe just getting back into the gym after COVID, so maybe they were like a little bit hesitant. What's the kind of the community that you're trying to build with this gym?
Yeah, so I think the former gym had a pretty loyal base, I guess. So all those members were really excited to come back. But we also wanted to bring in some of the younger crowd, high school kids that are looking to kind of take their athletics to a different level, some of the university population, things like that. So we really wanted to make sure that the people returning to the gym got exactly what they signed up for previously. But we also wanted to add some things to give a new experience. We wanted to change some of the looks and the feels and add some new rooms, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I think that the one thing that makes the gym so awesome is the staff. I mean, we had the opening night, I think that was on the 24th that I was there, taking pictures and signing autographs with some people, and every single person that I talked to said the staff is awesome. And I think that's something that's really important, because those are the first people that you're going to see when you go into the gym, and they leave an awesome impression, and they have a whole bunch of, I see people writing messages on the mirrors and things like that, and I just think that's an awesome community, and I think that as long as we can continue to build that, I think we're headed in the right direction. And my vision for the gym is to ultimately get it so we can provide everything that people are looking for, but also to cater to the young and the old and the people that are just starting to get into athletics and some people that are phasing out. And yeah, I have big visions for the gym, and I'm excited to be where we currently are.
Fantastic. So what kind of feedback have you been getting from the people that have been, joining the gym, rejoining the gym, or even the staff that's coming back? Because I think they probably had a little bit of a break from working in these particular facilities, right?
Yeah, well, I think the staff's really happy to be back. They have a lot of relationships that they've built with some of the members. And then I just keep getting people coming up to me saying that, like, oh, we signed up for your gym the other day, we had a workout, it was awesome, I really love the pool, or I love the squash courts, I love this, that, and the other thing, So I think that going back to when I first heard the message about putting my name onto the gym, there was some apprehension, because it's a big task to put your name up on a project like this. But I think the thing that gives me calm is knowing that the staff, knowing that the management and myself, we all care about making the best product that we can. We want to make it the best gym in London, and that gives me a lot of confidence, knowing that it's in the right hands and we have the right, we're all in the right mindset. We all want to make this project be the best that it can be, and I think we're in the right spot for that right now.
And for London, it's just so important. I've always had this sense since I moved here about just a little over 20 years ago, that this is a city that it's a great community, and people really, they want to be moving. They want to be moving forward. People want to be, healthy. I think we have a beautiful, it's called the Forest City for a reason. It's a beautiful city. Can be such a movable, walkable, runnable, bikeable city. So to give people another option like this, I think is something that people are really looking for.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think definitely over COVID as well. I think a lot of people really took up home gym workouts and different types of challenges and walking and running and group style exercises, and we want to bring a lot of that stuff to the gym as well. We're doing a lot of group training and things where people can kind of work out and push one another. There's definitely an appetite for that. London is a very active city, as you mentioned, and we kind of want to cater towards that. yeah, it's exciting.
So for young people, again, because I love to get like a youth perspective, I know we're going to be talking to one of the staff members of Damian Warner Fitness Center as well after this, who is in the youth demographic, has been working for the old gym and now is back working for the new gym. In terms of encouraging people to get moving, whether it's at Damian Warner Fitness Center or not, those kind of getting over that hurdle, you know, maybe people haven't been working out for a while. Maybe people are a little bit nervous about going back to a gym, but maybe some, you know, words of encouragement about getting over that, you know, reluctance to get back into movement.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I think it can be very, very tricky. I've been very fortunate to have fitness be a part of my life every single day, essentially. So, but that doesn't mean that it's not tough sometimes, you know, especially when you have an injury or you have your off season and you take 3 months off and you have to get back. It's very tough to get started again. And I think that initial time when you're starting from a new slate is very difficult, and it takes time, and it's the time when your mind is wandering the most and you want to give up. But I think once you get over that hump and you keep pushing yourself and you stay consistent and stay motivated, it gets easier. And you just continue to build from there. And as long as you stay consistent after that, it just feels like you're going downhill after that. It's like a snowball effect. So I just encourage the people that are going through the tough times right now or having to motivate themselves more than they feel like they need to just keep pushing. Or find somebody else that can help push you. I have 4 coaches that push me every single day. I have a training partner. There's no way that I could do any of the stuff that I do alone. It requires a team to kind of make what I do a possibility, and that's with these big goals that I set for myself when I was a little kid. It's not easy to push yourself, so find a support team that can help you do that. Yeah, that would be my biggest recommendation.
Absolutely. And so great advice. I love it. It's an individual sport, decathlon, but it really is, you know, like basketball, it is a team sport, and we count on each other. And, you know, I'm sure people have heard this line too much over the years, or especially the last couple of years, but we really are in this together, whether it's fitness or keeping each other healthy or, you know, building a great community. So thank you so much for those great words of advice. Please stay with us because we are going to be speaking with another guest from Damian Warner Fitness Center after the break.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
It was our 35th anniversary. To celebrate, we were on our way to Mama Rosie's, where we had our first date. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and listened. It helped us get to safety. So when I think of our anniversary, because now we have even more to celebrate.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London Mondays only on Rogers TV.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. Been chatting with Damian Warner about his new gym. Well, I guess it's still new, and now we get a chance to talk to Group Fitness Manager Aaron, who is actually my, I think, immediate supervisor at Damian Warner Fitness Club. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So talk to me about your role with the club and how are things going?
Yeah, things are going great. Memberships continuing to grow, and my role specifically, I'm in charge of all the group fitness instructors, so any of the classes that go on, Aquafit, Zumba, boot camps, all that kind of stuff. I'm the one that finds all the instructors for that, and make sure everyone that wants to come in specifically for group fitness is going to have a fun, safe experience.
And it sounds like there's a lot of different classes. Like I teach the boxing and that's my thing, but really for people who get their workout on in other ways, there's lots of options, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can do any type of workout you want. If you like cycle, we've got that. Swimming, aquafit classes, different boot camps, boxing, Zumba. We just got one that's a pound, so they're called rip sticks. They're like drumsticks. That's done in music. So, really any kind of workout, whether you like hard stuff, easier things, you're going to be able to get that just in the group fitness classes, but then also in the other areas of the gym. Not only do we have that, but we've got a whole cross-functional area where if you like Olympic lifting or powerlifting, that's a great spot for that. Tons of different squat racks, dumbbells, bumper plates, and then we have a whole free weight area in the basement, and your traditional machines and cardio stuff upstairs as well.
Yeah, it's quite, I don't know, the north location in particular where I work is quite a maze. Like there's just a lot of different equipment. Like so many choices and so many different ways to work out. So talk to me a little bit about yourself, Aaron. So for young people who are watching, maybe they're never going to be a gold medal decathlete in the Olympics, but there are roles in fitness for everybody. Talk to me about how, maybe your fitness journey.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up always doing sports all through public school, high school. I even continue now today. But, there's definitely ways. I kind of started teaching group fitness at a local YMCA, kind of where I grew up, working there as well. Kind of really started to enjoy the fitness industry. Got into kinesiology afterwards and started working part-time in the fitness industry and kind of stuck with it. And if it's something that you're passionate about, something you like to do, there's certainly lots of avenues that you can go to be able to do well in that.
Yeah, and I always think of fitness as kind of being a helping industry. So like being a fitness instructor is a way to help people, to serve people, and to help people, take control of their life and make themselves feel better. Mm-hmm. So for people who, want to be working in a helping field, what are you, I guess, getting out of being a fitness professional?
Yeah, definitely just, the one thing I really enjoy is, the satisfaction that people get from a good workout. Always at the end, everyone always leaves with a smile. And, you can really find that, maybe not all of it, but part of that is going to be because of you, because you were able to offer them a good workout that they enjoyed, that they came in and, maybe had a little bit of pain, but they come out, feeling a lot better.
It's a good kind of pain though, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Aaron, for talking a little bit about your role with Damian Warner Fitness Club. Thank you, of course, to our first guest, Damian Warner, for being here. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to LdnOnt TV today. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan, and I hope you'll tune in again next week. Take care.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
It was John's graduation. We were so proud. We all got together for a picnic. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and we listened. It helped us get to safety. That's why when I think of John, because now he has a real future to look forward to.
In the family with addiction, the person with the addiction becomes front, center all the time.
Addiction and substance use affects all the layers of our society.
Everything was about trying to out him and fix him, and I was just done.